Okay, now we are live. Now,
Yes.
welcome to the episode 58 of the
58.
Three Marketeers Show. If this is the first time you see us, let me introduce myself. I'm Jason, and the guy beside me is Andrew. Andrew is the
Hello.
email conversion specialist, and we have Manfred, who is another co-host, another partner from Singapore, and we have William here, the COO of MyStarter. Now, today we have a very interesting topic, but before we go into that, I just want to quickly give a shout out to everyone. If what we do, in the three marketer show is we actually discuss one digital marketing related topics every week, and we have been doing this for 58 weeks right now. So, okay, as usual, we have our the fourth marketer here. TY is here already. You
Hey,
are
Shiva.
early today, huh? Okay, that's pretty good. So now, I really want to do this is the first time we meet William today, because I've connected to William's partner. But I actually kind of know MyStarter for a while. MyStarter is one of the very few the so-called the crowdfunding platform in Malaysia. Because I don't know how many they are right now, right? But seriously, I think this is the time where we will learn a lot tremendously about how do we actually raise fund, how do the ecosystem work, and what are the due diligence that all these so-called the operator like MyStarter really work, right? So thank you so much for joining me, William. Can you quickly do a share with us what is your background, and how do you started MyStarter with us there with the audience, please?
Yeah, sure. Hi, Jason. Thank you very much for inviting me and my company to be here to share with your audience about what is the ECF and how this can help this startup to grow. And also, thank you, this Manfred and Andrew joining together. And good evening to all the audience. My name is William Len. I'm the co-founder and also the CEO of MyStarter. MyStarter started in 2012, 9 years ago. And when we started, I think you can see our name on MyStarter, just like a Kickstarter. Actually, we copycat. So we copied this Kickstarter. When they started this reward-based crowdfunding, so which is very interesting. We find the model is very interesting. My partners started. So ever since, I think we are quite active in this reward-based crowdfunding. So for the past 9 years, I think we have helped out about 800 over this project owner, fundraise more than 1,000 projects. So we also done a lot of events offline. In the past, it's all offline, right? And now it's all moving to online. And in Malaysia, there are basically 4 types of this crowdfunding. So namely, just now we have shared a little bit, reward-based crowdfunding and charity-based crowdfunding, and also equity crowdfunding and P2P. We only started this ECF, equity crowdfunding, in 2019, when we obtained the license from a security commission. So for P2P, and P2P is a lending this platform. So, and also equity crowdfunding ECF, you need license under security commission. So we started 2019 when we applied. So the reason we apply is because for the past 7 years when we started, we are also an incubator where we will help out all these startup to grow. So when they are scaling, right, business start to grow, they need money. Right? So beside the product exchange for money, so they also need to raise money. But for this startup, because their base is still rather small, so venture capital VC are not really interested because project too small and also too early stage. So this is where we start to come in, thinking that this ECF may be able to help them to grow. Right? So that's why we apply the license. Also because our this track record. So we get the license in 2019. So ever since, I think we immediately after we get the license in May, so we jumped the bandwagon to start this project. So in 2020, even though during this pandemic, we were able to raise about 20 million. So 20 million, which is quite good for the startup. And so each one, I think the fund size is in the range of 500,000 to 1 million. Right? So, but unfortunately, I think last year, March, so the COVID came, so a lot of business are affected. Right? But never did we realize. So in the past, I think when we want to do event, offline event, very, very difficult. So you want to house like 50, 60 people. Right? If you know Klang Valley, the KL traffic, which is very bad. The event normally held at night, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. So we can only hardly get about 50 people. But because of pandemic, then I saw somebody in last year, I think March, saw somebody using this StreamYard to do a live. I find it very interesting. I say, hey, what is this? Live, So So what kind of system they use? Because in the past, I did try the OBS, which is quite cumbersome. Not easy to
I
operate.
always call OBS is like OBS, like BS.
Yeah.
Easy.
So not easy to operate. And
the guy,
also,
by the way, the guy doesn't happen to be Jason, right?
No.
no. I think the one is from US. From US.
Right.
So then after that, I go and find out what is this software. Then I found out it's a StreamYard. Then I immediately try for myself, for my personal use first. Then I found out, hey, this one can use for event. Then I introduce the company. Then immediately we subscribe. So ever since we do online, we can get about 100 to 200 people, even when the Zoom come, 400-500 people. So last year alone, I think we have made up about 2,000 projects. 1 year alone. Right? So this is how we grow.
That's
fantastic. Awesome. So in a way, the COVID helped you.
Help a lot because everybody stay home, right? So you no need to be like belanja dan makan, come to event. You even have to have a tea time or this TPs, all this and beg them to come. But when COVID come, just like now, you see one phone call, I'm here in your studio.
True also, very true.
Way, there's no incentive, I didn't receive any note from you. They're saying that there's a fees, there's no fee, FOC.
But the thing here is like another thing, but seriously, thank you so much for coming. Seriously, I think we're going to learn about. But I think the other side of the beauty of it is, because we beat all the, like what you mentioned, the traffic. Because to be frank, doing physical event, I think because of the pandemic, a lot of
very costly.
It's very costly in terms of time and resources and everything. That's why, wow, it's very interesting to see how the situation or so-called the pandemic can really help grow your company in that way. It's a powerful thing. But William, I want to quickly drill into a kind of like one topic that you brought up just now. The reward-based crowdfunding was something like Kickstarter and Indiegogo, right?
Correct.
So you guys started with that one. So what's the difference between this one and the equity crowdfunding, which is I'm supposed to bring up this question, but I wanted to, marry these two together, the differences between the reward-based crowdfunding and the equity crowdfunding. Please share with us.
Reward-based crowdfunding is still the largest so far, in the world. So I think this Kickstarter now, I think they are doing about close to about $1 billion transaction. So very big. So $1 billion. Right? Yeah. Very big because anybody can do this reward based. As long, you see, when you go to Amazon or you go to this Taobao or Alibaba, or this Lazada or Shopee, those are products that you buy is all the same, right? All the same brand, all the same product. The product is already been here. But for reward based crowdfunding, you are buying things are not existing. You're buying the future product, So all these people raise funds because they got a brilliant idea. So in the past, you can see a lot of luggage, a lot of drone, a lot of this futuristic product, which is not here yet. But they say, hey, I can make this product. As long as you support me with this product, now give me the money, $1 million or 5 million, or some project even as big as 10 million, right? So they can raise watches, right? So those are luxury product, futuristic product. They say, you give me the money, I give you half of the price. So when you launch, let's say this drone costs you 5,000. If you buy now, pledge now, we call it pledging. So you pledge now, it's only 1,000. So this is where they get thousands of supporters to pledge. When they get the money, they go and manufacture. Okay? They go and produce a product. So this is called reward based. So you're paying a product which is not here yet.
Right,
so you enjoy the benefit of using this product firsthand.
Before anyone else.
Would
there be any chance where at the end of the day the product would
definitely fail? So or the product never even delivered to you. Personally, I got the bad experience.
You really? How?
Yeah.
You really pledged something and it never happened?
Never deliver. The product
never
failed.
happened?
So
can you do anything?
Burn, it just burn.
Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah.
It is inside the T&C anyways. You go with your eyes open that I think during the sales process,
the company bankrupt. What can you do? Right? You can sue them. Yes, most of this product, the company also based in US. Yeah. So you take chances, yeah. But you did buy some good product, so they did deliver to you.
But I think
those are product based. So the difference is you get the reward, which is a product, right? So where you enjoy the future product or product at a very special price to you. Okay. But for equity crowdfunding is you are investing into this project. Because in the past, when you want to invest in a company, you must be rich and famous. right? And also this what do you call it? This business owner, they have to know you, right? They invite you to come in and join them as a shareholder. So normally in $100,000 or even $1 million investing into this company, right, in exchange for the equity, right, for share. But because of this Security Commission started in 2015, open up this platform, allowed ordinary people like us investing into this equity project with small sum, right? With small sum, yeah. In our platform, starting from like 1,000 ringgit, so you can be a shareholder of this company, you know. So, but because it's via a large group of people, so we even have a big number of investors, close to 400 of them invest in one project. So if everybody averaging about 10,000, that's $4 million.
Serious.
So
Serious.
your
because
definition,
project
your
is a 10 million.
definition is project is basically a company. It's not a
Company.
project of a company.
So technically, I'll be investing in
company
that
is a core
company.
project, yeah.
I
Company.
see, okay.
So basically, in order to, I mean, okay, help me understand correct me if I'm wrong, William. So, okay, in that case, right, I'm just quickly compare product-based, which is the reward-based crowdfunding is I just come up with an idea, I have a company, so I'm actually coming in and pitch for the product. And crowdfunding, I will be pitching the product as well, right? But I will be actually
pitching your company.
Pitching the future of the company. You're buying equity into the company.
Yes, it is similar like this company pitching to the VC.
Right.
But why come to ECF, not VC? Because VC normally you want to fundraise few million or 5 million to 10 million or even bigger than that. Then VC will be interested. Right? But and your project, your company is which is very famous. You have a very what do you call it, reputable founder, well-known founder, you know, or we call it series entrepreneur, where you have some track record before.
Yes.
Right. So, for example, like Grab founder Anthony Tan, when he formed another company, immediately the VC will jump in and say, "Hey, give me some share. I want to invest."
Right.
But for ordinary people,
then
cannot.
Cannot. So for crowdfunding, do I get a share right away, or I will get a share in the future?
Yeah, you get the share right away.
Also, which means if I want to go
when the project ends,
that means if I want to actually do this equity crowdfunding, that means I have to get ready to give away all the shares that I promised.
Not
I
all
need
the
to,
yes.
I mean, as in like the promised some of the shares lah.
Yes.
And
Normally we
company
encourage
registration.
a company. We encourage a company not to dilute, and this is called dilution.
Yeah,
you do not want to dilute your share more than 30%, right? Because more than 30%, your ownership are lesser than that, then you might not work in wholeheartedly for this company. Right? So the risk is too high. So for example, let's say you dilute 70%. As an investor, I don't want to hold 70% because you are the one that make the company successful, you see. So why I want to hold so much? Right? So normally it's less than 30%.
It's a reverse. You should hold majority. Otherwise, if there's no
the
skin in
founder
the
should
game,
own the majority. Right? The founder
there's no skin in the game.
Yeah. So in that case, which means if I want to get into the crowdfunding game, I will have to make my company able to go, like we have to be a Senjang Berhad lah. Is that the case?
Under the guideline, your company has to be Senjang Berhad. So if it's a sole proprietorship, then you have to convert lah. You have to.
Right.
Is there a track record requirement? That means you got to be profitable for 3 years or.
Oh yeah. That's a good question.
Positive.
For startup, sometimes it not necessarily must be profitable, but you do need to have some track record. We call it traction. Right? Traction means you need to have some good performance. So, for example, let's say your company is doing a platform, similar like Shopee or Lazada.
Right.
So definitely you are not making money because you need to invest a lot of money into tech, invest a lot of money into SKU or the marketplace and so on. So there's a lot of costs. So even for Lazada and Shopee today, I don't think they make money. They do make money, but because all the money they put it back into investment, so in their book there's no profit. Okay, but doesn't mean the company is not valuable. The company is valuable. Right? So this is we call it the value of the company. So when you have a traction, only you're able to do some variation how much your company worth. If your company worth 1 million, that means you can do give away, dilute 30% means you can only raise 300,000. So if your company worth 10 million, then you can raise 3 million and below.
Who does the valuation?
That's called dilution.
Who does the valuation of the company? You would do.
We'll engage a professional, this company, audit company, a professional company to work out this what do you call it, valuation report.
Right.
So there are
Due
many
diligence.
method of valuation. So we depend on the company type to work up different type this valuation report.
So for the reward-based equity, do you do any duty on these companies, or basically,
We do
before
a
you
duty,
accept-
but not as stringent as ECF.
I see. Okay.
So because reward based, immediately you get product, so
Yes.
once you get product, the deal done already. But if you for ECF, for equity crowdfunding, you get the share, so you need to make sure the company don't die. You see, so continues to survive for the next 5 years.
I see.
Yeah, Manfred.
Just to check, so is it advisable to do reward based first, then do ECF, so you get some name out of it first? Is it advisable?
Yeah.
So it
Why not?
makes more natural. So you promise you want to deliver a drone, get people try the drones already, then people want to invest in the company. It makes more sense. The difficulty will be easier.
Can be, but not
point.
necessary, because two are different objectives.
Right.
People that who do a product crowdfunding, they never thought about going for ECF, or people who do the ECF never even think about the product, because two are different purpose.
But
So,
aren't they geared for growth? I mean, a person who does the product-based crowdfunding, eventually they want to be able to grow to a proper company, right? Eventually, it's not like Manfred said,
but
if
they
it's
never
a
think
drone-
so far. So normally the
I
product-based,
see.
reward-based, they only think about how am I going to invent the product, to market the product first, to produce the product first. They never
Right,
think about
right.
money value yet.
I see.
And
Okay.
another thing I noticed, because recently I've been targeted by some ads about some crowdfunding projects. I'm a reward based. I realize even a lot of big companies, they do that as well. They just
why not?
want to get the early
Test market.
batch of just really to test the market and really get the buzz going around.
Yeah, especially good idea for those company who are launching a new product. So they offer a very special rate, right? So buy one get one free or what? They so probably tested like 10 or 1,000, recruit about 1,000 people, so-called die-hard fans. So after you use, give me some feedback. So this is called the first batch of a user. Give them some privileges, okay? So later they can be like continue to follow up, the development of the product. Yeah,
Manfred.
Just to check, so reward based must be a physical product, like a drone must have a physical
product. Yeah, in return you get product.
Cannot
Can
have
be services
something-
also. Can be services
service.
also.
Example?
Yeah. So for example, like Canva.com, the designer design.
Actually, Canva started as a
platform.
product based.
No.
As a
In
reward-based
exchange, you can get you can provide the services. Let's say you
okay.
donate, you pledge 1,000. So I give you 5 account. You can subscribe this for 5 account for 3 years instead of 1 year.
Anything that is cannot under reward based one.
Huh?
Anything any product or service that cannot be under reward based, because I'm trying to understand the whole thing.
I
Is
think
there
it's
anything
about how you get creative about it. Because the way I think of it, right, William, is it possible? Let's say if I want to launch a new course in 3 months down the road, I'm developing the course and I want to actually do so for these people, if they come in now, I sell them at half price. Is it possible?
Yeah, possible. Yeah.
So cost is there. Service is also possible, right? If let's say, for example, I want to launch a coaching business. So I say that, you guys come in now, you get a price, something like that. That also can work.
Yeah, I think one of the most give you some idea.
Yep.
What are the category? We call it category. They are very popular in this reward base. You make a wild guess. What would be the popular category in a reward base?
Popular category.
Electronic gadgets.
Gadgets.
Okay, that's most people
I
guess.
was thinking
Actually, it's not. It's music, dance, creativity, creative product. Yeah, those
cool.
are very, very and
wow.
movie. So if we want to, you want to make a
movie, yes,
you want to make a film, right?
Yep.
So because this one is future, so you do not know how to respond, right? So in return, I give you a ticket, I give you some share, I give you some return, right? I give you some
So in terms of the reward type, also the form of reward also can be creative also lah. Not just about getting.
Yes.
You can also
For
get
example,
a cut
you
of
can
the revenue.
you can have a photo shoot with the movie
Actor.
star, with the director, a premiere, like front seat, VIP box, all these things. You can.
I see.
Wow. That's
So-
very interesting.
very creative.
Yeah. So one is basically in a normal layman's, like for example, reward based is project. That means if I want to do an indie movie or I want to do a movie and it's tied, the whole thing is tied to that movie. Whereas when you do the ECF, it's basically if I want to start a production house as a business, right? Then I will do that ECF because I'm going to produce many
Equity
movies.
crowdfunding, in exchange, you are giving up your share, company value,
Yeah,
company
share.
company share, right?
Right.
So that's called dilution of the share.
I see.
And this one, not everybody can do. You need to have a license. Right? So if you are not licensed, you do this, which is illegal. So that's a penalty.
loan shark lah.
You mean the platform owner like you guys lah, the provide the
Yeah,
service
you have to be
you guys are kind of
recognized
like become the service provider in a way.
Market recognized operator under security commission.
Or market
see.
recognized operator. I think that's okay. That's the right word. Now a
Very
few questions.
stringent one, yeah.
Okay.
Market
Mentor, you go
recognized
first.
operator.
Well, let me write down first. Today a lot of questions. Oh my goodness.
I'm going to watch this recording later.
Okay, so give me some good example of equity crowdfunding. Like Grab, Uber is equity crowdfunding, right? Am I right to say that?
No, I don't think they are.
Those are, we call it
VC.
At the beginning.
not necessarily. I think they do funding, but not necessarily.
So what's the
via
difference
this
between
ECF.
what's the difference between funding and equity crowdfunding?
I think one is
Equity
angel.
crowdfunding is under the platform like us lah.
Right.
Come to us. Okay, so you raise money through the public. The public, let's say just now I mentioned this project of 400 individual invest into your project. So those are those are individual public. Okay, layman lah. So we are the platform providing this information, duty, everything variation to qualify the company. We list the company on our platform. Everything transparent. Then you study, you find this company potential. Any individual can come in and invest in the company. But for Grab or for this Lala Move or all this big company, even like Shopee and Lazada, so those are company because it's very large scale. And then also normally they will raise the money which is larger, like 20 million, 50 million, or even 100 million. Right? So for example, like last year when this Clubhouse launched, first fundraising is already 10 million. Right? So then they don't go through ECF, right? So they go through this VC, venture capital. So Mark Anderson, this Anderson and Horowitz, this VC invested in them for 10 million in exchange for 10%. And the company only 3 months,
It's very
3 month value at 100 million. So value at 100 million.
Yeah, how did
Crazy,
the number
right?
come up, man?
Okay, so these are 100 million because they have done the duty and the valuation. So it's between these two parties. So Mark Anderson believed the company, after done the valuation report, they accept this value. And the issuer, right, this Clubhouse also agree with this value. So both agree, then you sell the company at this value, 100 million for 9.09%. So then the company 100 million. But because it's a startup and this is a product, because it's you can see it's different Clubhouse. So because it's a revolutionary product, so which is a platform, we call it like asset. So this kind of product, because it's very influential. So when they launch, I mean, it's not only launching in US, it's launching worldwide. So the market size, the target market is worldwide, which is 190 countries. So the potential is as big as like benchmark Facebook or Instagram. So that means in the future, this company can value at 500 billion. So that's why they can value them at 100 million, which is peanut. Right?
Yeah.
True.
So the valuation, the majority part of the value come from the owner. So because this founder have certain successful project before, startup before, and they know each other. Right? Actually, I think before that also they invested into their previous company. Yeah. So they believe they have confidence in their ability where they can bring this company to another level, which is true enough lah. In another 10 months later, less than a year, they invested another 100 million into this company, where the company valued at 1 billion. So they break the world record lah. So within the shortest time, value the company valuation more than 1 billion. So previously was held by Facebook. Now, after 3 or 4 months later, they invest again, another like about
around
500 million. So now company value about 4 billion USD.
We're still talking about Clubhouse, right?
Clubhouse, yeah, but which is not like so popular, right? But value at 4
Seriously?
billion.
Wow.
So that's what you call a unicorn. That's the term for unicorn.
Unicorn, yeah. Once you reach 1 billion, good answer. So once you reach 1 billion USD, you classify as a unicorn. Yeah. So there are more than 839 unicorn in the world now.
Wow.
839.
Only 839. What the
Guess
I
who's
can't.
number one? The
The
biggest
world of 7
unicorn.
billion people.
Which one is the biggest unicorn you were saying?
Which is a unicorn? The biggest unicorn is Dance Bite. You know this company called Dance Bite? You know TikTok?
TikTok lah.
I know TikTok. What the
TikTok.
fuck?
So
Bite
parent
Dance,
company
Bite
of
Dance.
TikTok.
Right dance.
Oh,
Right
Parent
dance.
company
Okay.
of TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Parent company of this TikTok. So TikTok now value about 160 billion.
Yes.
And not a listed company. So when you're talking about valuation, so that means the company is not a listed company. Listed company, when you are able to trade into this
Exchanges.
this share market, a listed company, there is a company market cap, market capitalization.
So in a way, with the moment, so after you get listed, then you are no longer under the startup ecosystem. You are no longer unicorn and whatnot
you're
already.
already a listed company, public company already.
Public company.
Oh, okay. So unicorn is for those companies that are
listed.
not yet
No, yeah,
public.
Still private.
yet. No, yeah.
Right.
Still
Private,
private.
not yet
No, yeah,
IPO lah. Initial
Nice,
public
nice,
offering.
Now I want to reel this question back, guys. You know, we got really excited about Clubhouse. We know,
You
right?
go too far,
Who doesn't
you
want
go
to
too
build unicorn? But then again, let's be realistic here. Come back. I think ECF is the topic and the main focus that we are
But
discussing
Andrew,
today.
from a Singapore congregation, Singapore also have about 3 or 4 unicorn.
Andrew is from
Manfred.
Malaysia. Manfred
I'm
is from
from
Singapore.
Malaysia.
Man from
The
Singapore.
guy in
Singapore
Singapore
has
is
more
from
unicorn than Malaysia.
Honestly
Malaysia got
speaking,
unicorn.
honestly speaking, Grab actually started in Malaysia one. Kapok lah, telah.
Unfortunately, that is our unicorn, but already
Share lah,
Unicorn.
same lah.
ran away from home.
We share lah. Now-
We tumpang nama lah.
Yeah. Okay. Now we want to reel back to the the equity crowdfunding that the main topic that we have here. My question to you, William: can foreigners join? Like Benford see this new company that is listed and say, "Wow, I love the idea and I love the founder who is a woman." Anyway, I'm just saying. So he wants to
Pretty good,
invest.
yeah.
He wants to
For
invest-
ECF, open to international, open to anyone.
Okay.
As long as you are 18 years and above, not only Malaysian. So Singaporean can invest into our project, which is listed under My Starter. You can invest very simple. We made the investment very simple. Just read through the prospectus,
Yeah.
the project we call it project, not
Right.
prospectus. The pitch deck, the company history, all the document where it will be all listed under our company. So once you understand, you think the company is potential, you can invest. Just with your credit card, that's all.
Wow.
So you just have to scan your passport. You have to do some duty but which is very simple. I think within about 10 minutes can complete the transaction. As
So how
easy
many-
as you shop on this Shopee.
Awesome.
I
But how
see.
many percent of your current crowdfunders are from overseas for the projects? that you
Not
invest in?
not much. I think very small percentage.
So in that case, can we say that Malaysian crowdfunders are quite active?
Not really, because Singapore also have a ECF, also have a crowdfunding. Every country I think also have. So the biggest I think now is still in US Start Engine, and in UK also they have a CrowdQ. All this company also recently I think there's one company listed in this CrowdQ has the most investor ever. I think it's about 14,000 investors. So it means 14,000 people buy the product So which is you are not buying the product, you are buying the share. So we call it retail investor. Yeah.
Okay, that will lead us to the next question that I have. So for these people who invested in these equity crowdfunding projects, okay, do they have a say in the company direction?
Usually they will form an investor relationship IR group, right? So can be WhatsApp, can be Telegram, can be email. Right? So the company will update you their progress So under ECF in Malaysia, the company is obliged to have hold the AGM, annual general meeting. So where you need to report your audited report, you need to update your company progress. So to make sure that you're still there.
Right.
Yeah. So
in
you'll get informed. Yeah.
So in that case, for this kind of situation, meaning that let's say for just now the example that you gave, like 14,000 investors, That means you need to
That one
find
is
a
in
place.
UK, not in Malaysia.
I mean,
So
okay,
in
let's say we have
Malaysia,
4,000.
Yeah, in Malaysia, average under my starter, I think now is about 160 investors in one project.
So for the EGM, we have to be physical, then people have to come over, or we can do it
No,
online.
now mostly are done online via Zoom.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So
That's
which is
cool.
more cost effective. I
I
think the
see.
investor also don't want to come to offline because they only
Yeah,
invest
very hassle.
1,000. So when they travel from Johor to this KL, they are 1,000 gone already.
Yeah,
Right.
true also. True.
Yeah. So
Okay, then I want to quickly jump back to our so-called the reward-based crowdfunding. Because what I realized is this, when I was actually being redirected, because I was marketed by some of the projects, so I actually clicked and went on to take a look at the project and on Indiegogo or Kickstarter or something like that. Then I realized at the bottom, they say that it's being marketed by certain agencies. So there are companies like that to help projects to list.
yeah.
Oh, is it?
Under-
Already interested?
Yeah, in this Kickstarter and Indiegogo, because their project are bigger, sometimes they raise a few $million. So it can be 10 million or so. I do not know which the largest project worth how much, but usually in million because it's their platform is worldwide. So those what do you call it? Those individuals they pledge, so are from all over the world because they are well known and the product are able to deliver worldwide. Yeah. So this kind of project, in order to write a good story and able to promote the product via internet, not easy. So you need to have very good idea on how to write the storyline, how to do the presentation pitch at the pitching deck, and how to do some good video to deliver the right message to the audience. We can strike down. Wow, this product, there's a wow. But if you are just a businessman, you are the inventor, you know how to make the product, but you are not good in marketing. Just like I think you all are three marketer. So it's not easy to market a product. Even on Facebook, not easy, right? So I mean, you've got a good product. Let's say, for example, you've got a very good food product, or this now because a lot of people are making good product. But how to market? You have no idea. Even taking a good photograph of the product or video, it's not easy. So these are people will help you. They will come in and say, hey, you give me a cut. Because their margin, because they are selling the future product, the margin which could be quite good. And all this money also comes from public, right? So their costs are lower. So they will probably give them about like 20% of the service fees. Once successful, this 1,200,000 give it to you as a marketing cost because they also have to do some marketing advertising.
Running ads or something like that.
Running the ad. So otherwise, how to reach out to people?
Yeah, well,
and then you need to make a good video. You need to make a storyline. You need to have a copywriter. You need to have a photographer, and then this guy need to continue to promote. And so there's a cost, not necessarily the 200,000 go to the person. So 100,000 maybe is the cost of operation.
Which is reasonable, which is talk about 20%.
But because in the Indiegogo and this Kickstarter, because they got a lot of projects, that's why this kind of professional will start to see the opportunity to help out. But in Malaysia, not easy to find this kind of expert.
I think not easy to survive also because we don't have that many projects yet.
Not that many big projects. So even they pay 20%. Let's say you only raise 10,000, 20%, which is
2,000.
2,000 to make one video, maybe also tak cukup.
Yeah.
And I think the awareness level of crowdfunding. Yeah, so I totally understand. I totally agree because the project size here. And I think it's also about the awareness level among local businesses about the crowdfunding part of it.
It's still very new. It's still very new, honestly. Yeah. Right now, we have about for the past 9 years, I think we have about 45,000 followers now, supporter now. But for those who pledge on the project, now this product base, maybe in the range of about 15,000 supporter. But for equity, now we have about 4,500, close to about 5,000.
I see.
So next year, I think we hope to reach up to about 15,000.
Yeah.
Just
curious. Just curious. I mean, if it's possible for you to share, what is the profile or average profile of somebody who participates in your projects? Professional, working professionals, retiree. Who are the people who generally participate in these projects?
I think that's a good question. If you can share, I mean, demographics.
Product based or equity?
Equity.
Equity. You mean participating means what? Investing.
Investing.
The funding
Oh,
people.
investing. Okay. There are three type of investor. Okay. Under the Security Commission guideline. So there's some guideline also.
Yes.
Three type. So namely retail investor, angel investor, and sophisticated investor. If any Malaysian, if you're Malaysian, 18 years and above, you can start investing. Right. So because we need to do due DD, so we need to do what I call it KYC. Right? You know what is KYC?
Yes, know your customer.
Right? Know your customer. For banking, you need to know your customer because even you give money, we need to know whether you are the real person. So just like you are using the what you call it, e-wallet, because otherwise my against the
your source of
your
source of money is legit.
Source of money is important. So not necessarily you invest, we have to accept. So we need to know where your money comes from.
Of course.
So 18 years and above, then you have to register, you have to submit your IC or passport. Okay. So for retail investor, you can invest into one project, 5,000 per project, up to 50,000 within a year. If you want to upgrade, you want to invest more than 50,000 a year or 5,000, then you upgrade as an angel investor. Every project you can invest 50,000 and 50,000 and below. In a year, 500,000. So if you want more than that, then you upgrade as a sophisticated investor. Then there's no limit.
No limit.
Okay. So even though there's an income requirement, but under Security Commission now, they don't ask you to supply the proof of income. Okay? So for angel investor, your income has to be 180,000 or 250,000 per annum. For family income, 250,000. For sophisticated investor, your income has to be 300,000, or combined family income 400,000. Right? So as long as you realize, then you just put a tick there, so you understand the risk. Then okay. So to prevent you that you over invest if you are not, because investing into equity crowdfunding is a mid-term to long-term until the company grow and until company value go up. So which is about 3 years to 10 years, maybe 7 years.
Is there any duration that we are being locked from trading the share?
You can trade your share anytime. You can trade your share anytime. But if you want to trade your share in a shorter period of time, which is not encouraged to invest because the company haven't grown.
Right.
Your investment has no income.
So they trade on your platform. If they want to trade, they trade on your platform, is it?
Oh, good question. If trade under the platform, which we call it secondary market, so there's no secondary market at this moment.
Okay.
So you have to trade privately, right, between you and another investor. Right? So under Security Commission, also giving the license to us to operate a secondary market. So next year, we are going to build our secondary market where this individual investor, you can trade on our platform. So this is another platform.
Wow,
we are building the secondary market next year.
Wow. That's very interesting. I didn't know that the whole crowdfunding thing is so vast that even actually can come and then complicated as well. But that also I want to touch a little bit on the benefits now when it comes to companies. Because now we all talk about the types of crowdfunding and then in terms of the investor profile and all that. So I want to bring us to the second question. You see, we are already like 38 minutes down. We only come to the second question. What happened to us? So the second question that we have here is really, why should I do crowdfunding? I mean, as in like me as a company.
You already have the question ready here under the banner.
Yeah, I have the banner over here. So this is the question, the second question I just brought up. So what are the benefits of equity crowdfunding? I just want to quickly understand as the company, what
from a startup point of view,
definitely there's a lot of benefit. In the past, when you do business, how you grow your business, you need to make money, generate the profit. Let's say, for example, you jumpstart the company. The company after 1 year, your revenue, which is 1 million, you make 10%. After minus all the operating costs, you make 20,000. So this 20,000 you reinvest. So next year, then you grow another 10%, another 10%. So that's why in the past, to grow a company, it takes 50 years to be a billionaire. Correct?
True.
Now with this VC, with the
50 days
capital market, you start to see most of the startup in US, in worldwide, if their target market is worldwide, Mark Zuckerberg made this a Facebook 8 years to become a $1 billion company. Right? So when he was 26, he already a billionaire. Now today, Mark Zuckerberg is only 36, right? He's almost like the top 10 richest person in the world, richest than our Robert Gott. Robert Gott now is 90 something. So previously it took about 50 years to be a billionaire. Now only 8 years. Why? Because the capital coming in, so you don't depend on your profit to grow. So let's say this company 1 year later, like just now we mentioned this Clubhouse, 1 year later the company already worth 4 billion. If continue to grow to be 100 million, so the company almost can be listed within 8 years. Yeah. So the benefit is a fast growth via this crowd fund, via this public money, right? So this is a benefit where you shorten the success of the company. In the past, you need 50 years. Now within 10 years, you get it done. Like Grab, when they started the company, only like 5-10%, right? The company value about 3 million, right? So they only first round funding. We call it round of funding, right? So first round funding, they probably raised about 3 million. But once they got traction, wow, a lot of driver now, a lot of passenger now, right? The app's not bad or can use. Okay, so because they want to solve one problem is the safety of the car rider. Okay, so take taxi is not safe, man. You do not know who are the driver, where they send you and so on. But with this app, they're able to trace you to see where you go and so on. So for women, which is very safe. And then you don't need to bargain on the price, So once you get on, they will show you how much is the fare, right? So start to get popular. Then wow, so many people download the apps. So the first round of investors see, they're already meeting their traction. Then second round, the company value at 30 million. So another 6 million coming in. So within this 9 years, so make a guess, how many rounds of funding this Grab make?
I don't know.
The last one, I think 3 rounds, 3 or 4 rounds.
34 rounds.
34.
Raise money 34 rounds, which means average 1 year he raised 4 times.
My goodness.
Wow.
Yeah. One time almost 50 million gone, because they continue to grow so big. Become a unicorn. So now Grab is everywhere, not only taxi services, now in the fintech,
Yeah, super app.
Digital, super app. Right?
Yeah.
So they don't need my money because they only build the company value to higher and higher. Every round of funding, the investor make money and exit. Correct. So because when they started 1 year ago, the company value about 5 million. 3 years later, company value at 500 million. Now Grab already valued at 16 billion. So if you are the one that invested every round, you see how much money you make. Company make money
on paper.
No, not paper. You can exit. You can actually.
Oh, you can actually
So
exit.
every time they raise, you can exit. You can say that I don't want anymore. I want to sell it to the new investor. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because VC, there's a different type of VC. Some VC higher risk taker, they will come in on the early stage. Because as early, the risk is very, very, very high. Anytime they will die because not enough traction, they gone. The money burn or use up, the result don't come in, then they gone. So not everyone like so lucky like Grab 9 years still there.
Right.
So the early stage burn. So some VC like Temasek, right? They like to invest into C round or D round. So the return, of course, is not like seed round or angel round or the A round. So the return are lower but safer. After D round already, the company already value about 500 million, so won't die so easily.
Right.
But also can die if the what do you call it, the expansion and the business nature are very risky. So Grab almost died when this Uber came in, almost eaten this Grab. But in the end, they acquired this Uber. Right? Uber died.
Yeah.
They won. So what you mentioned here is, I think one thing caught my attention really, which means if I do crowdfunding like this, I can also do many rounds?
Yeah. Okay, in under Security Commission, now the maximum funding is 10 million. If first round, your seed round, you raise 1 million, you still got 9 million. Then you can do a second round, third round, under the 10 million use up.
I see. Oh, maximum.
One company came in, the first round, they do 10 million. So they use up all the quota. So they they raise the 10 million is because the company value more than 100 million. So they dilute 10%.
I see.
But if your company only value at 10 million, so how to raise 10 million? You can only raise 1 million or maximum 3 million. Yeah. So depending on your company size, your traction.
Jason, you can raise 100,000, I think.
Maybe
I can probably raise 1,000.
So if your company
I also
value,
really hope can try, no problem.
We can put our best marketing and I'll raise 1,000 and Jason Gunn as a
Yeah,
raise
why not?
100,000.
Is it possible? Is it possible for us to do this?
Yeah.
It is.
If you have not tried,
No,
you can do a valuation first, find out how much your company worth first. Okay. So let's say your company worth 3 million. That means 10% is 300,000. 30% is a million. Depending on how much you want to dilute.
I see.
Right? Yeah. So if your company value about 3 million, you can 1 million, then you can 30% maximum.
So maybe we can ask
more
this
than
for
that
the,
also can, right? But not encouraged.
So let's say we ask this for the benefit of everyone who is actually looking to actually. By the way,
Hey, no comments today,
What everybody were like damn deep into the whole thing, man.
Yeah,
like
man,
maybe
everybody
Chiwa is talking,
calculating
thinking, wanting
now.
to like
In
calculating
terms of
already.
benefit, in terms of benefit, anyone who is interested to find out more, just leave a message there. So we are more than welcome to assist you. Right? So our consultation is free. There's no charge. If you want to find out how to fundraise, how to whether you qualify or not, just text us.
We can actually go to mystarter.com, which is I already put it up on the banner.
Just to
so
reach
you
out
guys,
to us,
you can reach out to them, and definitely you guys can.
Our team very responsive, right? Within days, I think we'll give you the answer.
Right.
Yeah. Free consultation.
And Chiwa was saying want to cash out and retire brew coffee. Allah, you now can already.
Now
if you're thinking about retire, then don't fundraise.
Then don't
waste time.
You're not die hard, right? You're not.
Yeah, you really want to grow the thing, right?
Before you make money, you already want to exit.
Okay.
That's very true. That's very true. Yeah, I mean, okay, so that's the benefit lah. What about the downside of the thing? I mean, William, just to really quickly try to understand,
downside
is there some disadvantage?
ECF, crowdfunding.
Yes.
Downside, you dilute your share, so you have a investor coming in. That's one, okay, but not really downside lah, because in exchange you get money ma.
Yeah. But of course, you get accountability lah. You have higher accountability because you're using other people's money.
Okay. So that's part, to manage the investor expectation.
The
which is not easy. In the past, only you want to go left, you go left, you go right. Now with investor, people pay attention to you.
So people can, in a way, question your decision
during your AGM.
They can ask lah, but they cannot really interfere with your business so much, because still the founder will make all the business decision.
Right.
Yeah, Manfred.
So say example, if Temasek is such a big player, come in example sit round, put 10%. They can really say, hey, I want to see you. I'm not happy with this and that.
Oh yes.
If they are VC, VC, yes. VC is
board.
different, because VC, one individual, Temasek, one individual, they invest 10% in your company, which is a big investor already. Not a 1,000 ringgit.
Then he said, I'm not happy. You must start in Singapore first, blah, blah, blah. I don't like your color, this and that. I don't like
colors.
VC, normally, they are not only, they are mutual. So when VC invest in, VC normally invest like a later round, not the C round or what. Let's say under the ECF. So they're probably coming in B round or C round. So when they come in, a mutual means what? So the issuer, the project owner, the company also will qualify this VC. Beside the money, what else? What other resources you have? Consultation, you have expertise, you have all this network. You bring in more business partner to us. Let's say I need some tech people. How to build a secondary market? I need a data science people. I need to open up this e-wallet. Right. So, Temasek, do you have any connection? Can introduce to us? Okay. So this is how they do. But when you are getting the VC, normally also the amount that you invest, the percentage, then they will ask, do I get a seat of a director? So if a lead investor, then they will
board member.
Okay? So why you need it? Because they also are responsible to their investor. They need to represent their investor because of big amount. And normally the business owner also welcome them, because they also need somebody to come in to give us advice, not just interfere with the business.
Mentorship also. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
It's a mutual. Not necessarily a bad thing when the big investor coming into you, because they're basically you are on the same boat now. So they want
true.
you to be successful, right? So they're actually helping you, not like interfering with your business.
Yeah.
I mean, in that case,
They want
right?
you
I mean,
to raise another round. So let's say immediately this money coming in, you build the traction. Next round coming in, then they make money already.
I see.
They can still remain in the not asset, right? But on paper they already make money.
They can dilute their shares.
Okay, now seriously, we are kind of like still back in the equity crowdfunding over here.
Yes.
So, okay, now let's get into a bit of the detail, William. Let's try to understand. Okay, now in order to get the valuation, I'm actually diving into the process right now. Let's say if I want to work with you, first thing first, we need to get a valuation. How much is the cost, and how soon can we actually get this thing done?
Oh, good question.
Okay. So when you apply, let's say you apply to MyStarter, so there's process. First, you apply, we have this application form. We'll ask for some basic information from the company to get to know you first, right? So after that, the project team will come and we call it filtering the process, find out your company qualification, right? Then we'll ask for more questions if needed. If not, then we will schedule a Zoom meeting to guide you how to do a pitching, right? Do your pitch deck, present to us. So what are the information we need you to do a presentation? That's the first round. So you need to tell us your business model and so on. So with this information, we have a committee to do the marking. So if you pass 60 points and above, so means you qualify to enter into the second round of a pitching session, where we will ask for a funding strategy and so on, how you want to fund why you need money, what's the purpose for the funding. So because you cannot like cash flow problem, you come and do a funding. The money coming in because you can bring the company to the next level, right? So with the money, you can do a lot of wonder, whether better the product or better the services, or open up a new market to Singapore, right? For example. So that's a funding utilization. Right? So that convinces us, then you enter into the next, we call it due diligence, and also valuation that will come in. Then we engage a third party to do a valuation. So once the valuation done already, then you know how much amount that you qualified to fundraise. So let's say we value your company at 5 million. So then up to you, maximum 30%. You can fundraise 1.5 or 500,000 for 10%.
How long does the process take from the point of
from application to getting your money, closing the project? Average about 3 to 6 months.
Oh, that's not bad.
Average about 4 months.
That's okay.
Listing takes a year. More than
yeah. This one very fast. Actually, go live only take now. Once the project go live, means list on this platform. Usually take about 3 weeks only.
I see.
Yeah.
To complete the whole funding process,
collecting the money, investing into the money, normally take about 3 weeks. MyStarter, we also MyStarter ourselves also will do a funding this year, December. So we will start to do the pitching on November for MyStarter. I think we also want to raise about 10 million this year for our air round. We also a startup, so we also want to fundraise. So we only will open the to public to fundraise maybe within a week only. So we expect it might close a deal within 3 or 4 days.
Wow, for 10 million.
For 10 million, yeah. So because I think they are still quite popular, our traction which is very good. Now I think we need to do some survey. Yeah, so we already have getting good response.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
but now
so
it's
that's
still
why you
under
call a product
not
launch,
officially. Not officially, so now we only can do we call it survey.
I see.
So that's why we cannot disclose any information, because we
Of
have
course.
not done all the duty and so on.
The legal stuff is not done.
Yeah.
Not done. So you have to be approved, right? So only you can.
Otherwise,
start
we
to
call
share the
soliciting funding.
Yeah. So you can't solicit. Right?
Yes.
Is it
So that's why
possible?
there's no information yet.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, William, is it possible that you can share with us what is your revenue model working on all this crowdfunding? How do we make money from all these crowdfunding projects?
Crowdfunding under Security Commission, you can there's a call it a platform charges. Every project funding successfully, there's a percentage of service charges, right? Yeah.
Right.
So now under Security Commission, maximum is 8%.
8%.
Yeah,
whatever
of the
amount
total
raised.
fundraise, yeah.
I see.
I think that's viable.
But for this 8%, it cover all the costs. So there's a lot of costs. Like just now you mentioned to bring the project
Yeah.
to go live. There's a lot of costs.
You guys also handle all the marketing costs as well.
Everything, yeah.
Wow.
For us, I think we only charge one price. So that's why all inclusive. We didn't break it down into like payment costs, the trustee costs, the duty costs, all this. We don't itemize it. So we just give you one lump sum. So that's why which is very competitive. So because under our platform, I think we are also one of the few, very few that we accept credit card investment. So you can use your credit card to invest. Yeah.
So how competitive is the landscape, as in like the crowdfunding platforms in Malaysia? Is it a very competitive one?
Not really. Now in Malaysia there are 10 legal platforms.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Only 10.
before we coming in, before 2019, so there are 7 platforms. So after that, they find out still need some player because not so active yet. So they want a more retail investor coming in. So this is why my starter apply, then we get rewarded. So awarded, then we coming in. So I think ever since I think we able to bring in more this retail investor. Now under the Security Commission, there's a 63% of retail investor, means investing less than 5,000. So in the past, I think mostly are sophisticated and angel investor.
So I think in that
because our project are mostly asking for 1,000, 5,000, 3,000, that kind of package.
I see. Wow.
So
we want more public to join.
Yeah, can I safely say that the direction for maybe next year onwards for my starter will be really to reach out to more retail investors?
Yeah. We hope every project can have more than 1,000 investors. Just like
1,000.
buying a product, there's this product listed under the platform, there are 1,000 buyer.
All right.
So you can see, yeah.
I see.
So the more the merrier, the more the better. Yeah.
Can you quickly share some directions or strategies that you will do to achieve this?
Yeah. One is I think now I think most of the project they want to get the funding successfully is how to market the product. Okay? So the storyline, the video, and the exposure. So my startup, I think we are quite good in this. So every project you come in, you can see we do a lot of exposure. Okay? So we even able not only help them to raise the money, so also with this retail investor, so they have what more than 200, some even 400 investors. So all these people are not only a small investor, they are also the user, right? Also the customer, ambassador to advocate for the product. So within this campaign, let's say 1-2 months, because before we go live, we do the Zoom privately, right? So for closed door, to what do you call it, to their 3C 3F friends, family, and so to all these people first, right? So we are able to reach out a lot of business partner, right? So for example, like this Ironwood is a transport company, logistic company. So they are specialized in the large parcel, B2B and B2C. So during this campaign, there's a lot of logistic partner seeing this project. They also want to be part of it. Then they come in and invest in. Then they can have a better cooperation, because this company could be doing more on a small parcel, courier base. Right? So but a lot of big item for electronic, fridge, TV, furniture, they are not able to deliver. So they need part like this. So this is where we connect them.
That's how toting work. Even you can even reach out to the same industry.
Yes. Because the same industry also you cannot be all, you cannot cover all.
They also need to hedge their
is very, very important because beside your this different type of transportation, also they are warehousing, they are WMS, they need a more sophisticated robotic solution and so on, sorting system, all these things.
Wow.
Very interesting, yes.
Seriously, we learned so
those
much.
are the benefit for them. Those are the benefit.
I mean, even at VC level, SoftBank is invested in Grab. They also invest in Uber as well.
Yeah.
So they're hedging their risk.
This is also because they are on both sides.
Yeah.
So they are able to connect them. Hey, why don't you all talk? Don't fight each other, you kill each other. So this is how they merge. This is how they merge.
That's how they
give in to each other. Otherwise, so
yeah.
But
Wow.
we suffer lah. As a consumer, we suffer.
True.
So because
true. We
after
don't
the
have the
mergers, they
competition.
monopolize. So
Yeah, well.
we won't get a better deal anymore. I used to get a lot of incentive.
True.
Right.
True. So yeah. Well. Wow. We learned so much today, William.
There's
Thank
a
you
lot
so
to
much
say,
for
right?
joining.
Because
Seriously,
yeah,
right?
your question
I
is so
think
open. So that's
we
why.
just have about 2 to 3 questions. Then we talk for an hour already. I think next time we probably want to plan
Really?
for part 2. We already 1 hour down.
Well, seriously, yeah, because
So
you got
without
3
realizing.
persons, which is not fair. So you shoot 3 questions, I got 1 person to answer. That's why it took so long.
But seriously,
Yeah.
Well,
So next time I need to bring another buddy here.
yeah,
to
make me,
16
but you should, right? Maybe
Yeah, I
you should.
cannot. That's why I feel so tired. I thought more than
Thank
3
you
of you.
so much. Yeah,
That's
seriously.
Jason's problem. He didn't tell you about this.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
it's
I
my-
thought it's 1-to-1.
No. Because I think it's Bumping's problem because it's the 3 marketer show. That's the thing.
Okay,
But
because I get the
seriously-
notice quite late also. Right? Your
I
this
see.
question
Wow, thank you
just
so much,
now,
man.
Yeah, it's a
Honestly, Andrew and Manfred, Jason only sent me the question 9:37, and then he said he sent me the question already. So I didn't even
my
got the
fault.
chance to
My
take a
fault.
look.
My fault.
yeah.
Actually, it's my bad. It's my bad.
Hey, by the way,
My bad.
we both of us, me and Manfred, don't really know Jason very well.
Ah,
Yeah, we don't. He just asked us to come and join in the fun only. Also, we
Really?
Yeah. No, this is the show. We've been doing this for 50 weeks. But seriously, guys, if you guys
I saw
want
the
to-
number 57 episode means you
58,
already
58.
done
1 year plus
57
58.
weeks. Almost a year.
More than a year.
More than a year.
One year.
We have been-
No
we've been doing this
wonder
for
I
more
can
than a
see
year.
the chemistry there, which is quite fun.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
very
Yeah, I can
it's
see
very
the
fun.
chemistry
Yeah.
there.
That's why we
No
always
wonder
love-
man you're so tired because you already know how to tackle the guests.
No, we want to get the most out of the guests, right? But seriously,
Yeah.
guys, anyone who wants to really kind of even consider getting a company listed, or even to get into equity crowdfunding project, as you have learned from William just now, tremendous benefit. In fact, you can actually jumpstart the growth of a company in an entirely different way without even really need to go through, because they have a whole team to really help you with all the process in place, right? You know, what's best to really, really kind of like look into the opportunity.
We
So this
welcome
is a
everyone.
big-
As long as your business, you think that with the money coming in can help you to grow, just reach out to us.
Yeah.
This year alone, I think we meet up 2,000 company.
Wow.
Powerful.
So that's why we are so busy.
Good.
This is
2,000.
good,
The
So,
year before pandemic, only 200.
wow, 10 times growth. Congratulations.
Oh,
Congratulations. And we hope that
Crazy,
this
right?
show will contribute a bit
Crazy.
here and there to bring more people
Yeah.
to you.
That's why
We-
next year we aim to raise about 200 million. Yeah, 200 million.
Wow.
So there's
That's
a lot of people will benefit from this funding coming to them. I can really help them grow so much faster. Like just now you mentioned, what's the benefit? Shorten their year of success. Right?
Yeah.
GY, what color?
GY, it's time to come in. All right, guys,
Okay.
before
Then
we go,
your business can consider also, just
How about the show? The show itself.
Yeah,
reward
so we'll
system,
tell you what
the
are the
show
things are
itself.
lacking, so you can
Show.
make your this
Yeah.
attraction better.
Absolutely.
yeah. Okay, now before we go, William, give us a minute because Manfred will have this website of the week.
Yes.
So Manfred, let's bring it up.
Okay, can you all see the screen?
Yes, we
Yes.
can. What is that?
we can.
Okay, this
It's
is
coming up,
color.co, and Jason will put this inside the Facebook and YouTube to share with you all. It's a super fast color scheme generator. Our friend Andrew has used this before.
Yes.
Okay, so basically you can take a look from here. Okay, I just go straight to play with this thing. Basically, I'm not an artist, but sometimes I need that color, and I wanted to know the color code of the color. So I'm using this to generate the color code, and of course the corresponding color that actually matches them. So this is the website of the week, color.co. So I'm going, sorry, my com is a bit slow tonight, so it takes a bit of time to load up. But today is actually a very straightforward topic about this.
Yeah.
So
So just go in and pick your color lah. Oh, okay.
No, now they load this. So I am trying to say example. Where is it? Is it this one? Yeah. So I upload an image example. Because to me, all the numbers looks the same.
Hex
the color
code.
code.
Those are the hex code.
Yeah, the hex code itself.
Okay.
Okay.
Loading.
Oh, it's
yeah,
not
so
going anywhere.
example.
Oh,
I
coming
load
in.
this
Okay.
image. I took this from one of the website. So example, I want this color.
Okay.
That's it. I don't know what the hell is this color. So just open in the generator and the color comes out already. So you just
Okay.
click, you copy the code, then just put it inside. So they have some matching colors that actually harmonize it. Yeah.
Wow.
So this one is quite a fun tool. You can play around with other stuff. Yeah, that's all. That's all for me.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you so much. Thanks, Manfred. All right, that brings us to the end of the show. Seriously, tremendous learning, William. Thank you so much
It's an honor to have you
for
on the
joining us and give us so much information. Please join us. Don't leave the room. I think you know the drill. Let's get back to the backstage and do a bit of chit chat over here. And guys,
Sure.
thank you so much
Is
for
this
joining
the end
us.
of the?
Yeah, it's the
Room?
end of the show. I'm going to close this, guys. The 3 Marketeers shows goes live every Wednesday night. We've been doing this for 58 weeks now. We plan to do it to 100. So join us next week. We're going to have some interesting guests. 10 o'clock Malaysia time, GMT +8. And see you next week, guys. Thank you so much and have a good night. Bye-bye.
Good night. Cheers.